facing the police every single day.
What?
Why are you giving me the finger?
I'm walking away.
Huh?
Am I free to go?
Why are you giving me the finger?
Am I free to go?
No.
For what reason?
Why are you giving me the finger?
I'm free to go. Am I free to go?
What's your problem?
Am I free to go?
No.
What, do you have a problem?
No.
Do you have a problem?
No.
You don't have a problem, then I can leave.
Why are you giving me the finger when you're walking? Get over here.
Why?
Because.
Is that a lawful order?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because you're giving me the finger.
That's legal.
No, it isn't.
Hey everybody, it's James Freeman. My voice is still shot, so I'm going to use text instead of voiceover on this video.
Your number right now.
Well, I'm going to be on a mail subject. Radio by Rivercrest.
Why are you giving me the finger?
What?
What's your problem?
What?
Why are you giving me the finger?
I'm walking away.
Huh?
Am I free to go?
Why are you giving me the finger?
Am I free to go?
No.
For
Come here.
what reason?
Why are you giving me the finger?
I'm free to go. Am I free to go?
What's your problem?
Am I free to go?
No.
What, do you have a problem?
No.
Do you have a problem?
No.
You don't have a problem, then I can leave.
Why are you giving me the finger when you're walking? Huh? Come here.
I'm free to go.
No, you're not.
Walk.
Get over here.
What?
Get over here.
Why?
Because.
Is that a lawful order?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because you're giving me the finger.
That's legal.
No, it isn't.
Says who?
Says it all.
Pull up the law.
Huh?
Pull up the law.
What's your name?
What's the law?
What's your
What's
name?
The law?
What's your name? How
What's
old
the law?
are you?
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Pig.
Fucking pig.
Whatever.
Fuck you.
What?
You heard me.
Come here.
I'm afraid of you.
Come here. Get over here. Get over here.
What?
Get over here.
I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah, you are. You just cursed me off.
That's not a crime.
Yes, it is.
Says who?
Says me.
Says who?
Turn around. Come on.
Bro, that is not a fucking crime.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Why are you cursing me?
It's not a crime.
What's your name?
It's not a crime.
What's your name?
Help! Help!
No help.
Help! Help!
Yo,
Help!
come.
Got a picture out. Okay.
You're being detained.
Because you're acting strange.
What? That's not legal.
It is legal. He's allowed to
Who is
detain
this
you
kid?
until he performs his
So what am I
investigation.
doing though? What am I doing that made him detain me? What legal right?
Every time I rode by him twice, he shot me the finger. So I turned around and said, "Well, you're
Is that a crime?
No problem."
Hold
Then
on
he
a
tells
second.
me
That's not a
This is
crime.
causing public service.
And then he
That's
tells
not,
me to
no, that's not a
to
crime.
F off, pig.
Yeah, fuck off, big. That's not a crime. That's not a crime. He's looking at you because he's like, what the fuck you want me to do? Because it's not a crime. I know my rights.
Who are you?
I don't have to say any of that.
You do if you're being detained.
What's that?
You do if you're being detained.
For what reason?
What
What legal reason am I being detained for?
Where are you coming from and where are you
What
going?
legal reason am I being detained for? I need to know that. Legally, I need to know that.
Why are you
shooting me the finger?
Why are you?
Is that illegal?
Why are you flipping the bird? Yes, it is. It's causing a public disturbance and a public alarm if you are cursing.
So
in
a
public.
single one.
So when you are cursing in public, you are causing a public disturbance. You're being a nuisance to the public.
In what way? When he was driving past? That's singular. That's singular. Well, I'd like to see you guys prove it in court.
It's called causing a public disturbance.
I know the law.
By being a nuisance.
I know the law.
All right. So at that point, what he is doing is he's not saying you're being charged with anything. At that point, he is detaining you to make sure that there is nothing wrong.
Make sure you're okay.
Make sure that you're okay.
What reason does he need to detain you?
He thought maybe he thought you were signaling him down. I'm not sure.
That I was doing what?
Were you signaling to him?
No. No. You knew very well that I wasn't signaling to you, right? I wasn't signaling to you.
You bringing attention to yourself.
That's not signaling.
Your action's strange. I'm making sure you're okay.
Dude, that's so funny. Like, you're not here for my safety. You're not trying to protect me.
How do you know?
You're walking on the side of the road and you're cursing and you're flipping the bird.
Once at him. I gave him the finger once. That will not hold up.
Do you know him?
That will not hold up in a court of law. That will not hold up in a court of law. I know my rights.
Do you know him?
It's not your business.
Do you know him?
It's not your business. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth then. You guys make nothing out of something.
By you cursing and using vulgar gestures,
so what's the First Amendment for?
It's causing a public disturbance.
What's the First Amendment for?
Okay. The First Amendment is for your freedom of speech. Okay.
Okay.
What does that have to do with?
Was I making a call to action? Was I making a call to action? Was I? Was I like threatening you in any way? Did I threaten you?
Do you understand?
You know what a call to action is?
Do you understand that you're acting?
Is that a call to action? Am I calling for an action to be done against you? No.
Do you understand that it is? Listen. It's behavior that's out of the ordinary.
I understand how it works.
So therefore,
legally,
he stopped
it would not
to talk
hold
to you. Clearly, if he stopped all the way back there, I'm assuming you guys were back there and you just continued
we went
to
back
walk.
a bit further.
And you just continued to walk.
I wasn't running. I told you that I was free to go, and you all of a sudden
stop, and you ran down here.
I wasn't running. I was walking.
Once he gives an order for you to stop, you're supposed to stop.
I did stop when he originally said it, but I was asking, is it illegal? Is it a lawful?
And he took off.
Yeah, because I kept walking because you weren't pursuing at the first. You only started pursuing because I said, "Fuck you, pig." That's when you got a little upset.
Okay, so
he got his panties in the pants.
Listen, we're here at this point now. Okay, you've brought the attention to yourself. You caused the public alarm.
Yep.
So now,
well, I'd like to see you legally hold that in court because
I'm not charging you with anything, so I don't legally need to hold anything in court.
Well,
okay, what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out why you're walking on the side of the road, okay, and why you're continuing to signal to a police officer.
I wasn't signaling. Okay. See, now you changed the story. Now you're changing the story. Was I signaling, or which one was it?
So what were you doing?
Well, I want to know from your perspective. What was I
pulled up onto the scene, so you tell me what you were doing.
To bring you attention.
I plead the fifth. You fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot, dude. Okay. How long have you been a cop, Tricks?
Longer than you.
Listen.
Longer than you? I'm not a cop, retard.
Listen.
How long have you been alive?
You're fucking retarded, bro.
Listen.
Yep.
What? Like, what? I don't understand what the point of this is.
I'm walking. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's the Fourth Amendment to be allowed to walk without seizures or anything like that.
You
Which
sure?
Is, yes.
Are you sure that's the Fourth Amendment?
That's the Fourth Amendment.
You sure that's the Fourth Amendment? You
sure? You want to bet money on it?
You sure that's what the Fourth Amendment? It gives you the right to walk without seizure. What's going to be seizured while you're walking?
My body, my person, idiot.
I'm seizing you? Did anybody
you were about to.
Come on.
You were about to. Listen. He said I was going to be under arrest. He fucking said it.
He said you were detained.
I said stop.
He said you were detained. So now what happens?
So
now what happens?
He just admitted that he was going to arrest me.
He gives you a lawful order to stop, and you do not stop.
It wasn't a lawful order, though.
And you do not stop.
It legally was not a lawful order.
You do not stop, then that becomes a criminal offense, and then yes, you can be put under
arrest. But it's not a lawful order. Then I take it to court, and then he'd get sued, and I get punitive damages. I'd be rich as fuck. Is that what you want?
You don't know the law. That may be what happens if you think that that's what's going to happen. It may be what's going to happen. It may not be what happens. Okay.
Okay, I understand.
What may happen is
all right, so what are we wasting time for?
Jury,
am I free to go?
What may happen is you may get a normal jury. No, because at this point
for what reason?
You were detained. Okay, because he told you to stop and you didn't stop. Okay. So therefore, you need to identify yourself as a part of the investigation. So what is your name?
Okay, I'm going to need all of your badge numbers.
I will give you everything written down on a card.
What's your rank?
I'll give it all to you on a card. Patrolman. I'm a patrolman. That's my rank, patrolman.
Oh, patrolman.
Okay.
And you?
Corporal.
Okay. So, what is your name?
I can give you.
If you have an ID, that's perfect.
Okay. I'll take it to court because this is still a detainment.
Are you a juvenile?
This is an illegal detainment,
Are you
so
a
I can still. I'm not going to answer that.
You have to answer.
Why?
Because you're being detained.
I said I'll give you my ID, buddy.
Are you a juvenile?
You saw me.
No. Okay, so because it has to be handled a little bit differently. That's all. If you're a juvenile, I have to call your parents and I have to advise them that I'm out with you and that I'm speaking with you. Piggy. That's all it is. Okay?
He's such a fucking pig, bro.
So what does that make you?
Not a pig. Dude, this is illegal. This is illegal, buddy.
What is the point?
This is illegal.
There's nothing illegal about it.
Yes, it is.
You
want to bet money on it?
We're going to find out.
We'll see in court, bud.
Listen, we're going to find out. Okay.
When
you cause a public disturbance and a public alarm, and you become a nuisance to the public, okay?
You'll legally have to prove that I was a nuisance to the public.
Standing,
how would you do that? How would you do that? I just want to hear
camera systems. Okay, so when he goes by in the car, okay, and he sees you doing what you're doing,
and what was I doing?
Be there.
And what part of that caused a disturbance? That's what I'm trying to legally understand. I don't understand. Is that a body camera?
That's what it is.
Perfect, perfect. Tuckerton doesn't have them. You know that? Tuckerton's been on back order for months. Because I have a lawsuit against them, that's why. And I wish they'd have fucking body cams. I would love if they had body cams. And it takes out the bad cop. That's what it's for. It's not for the good cop. It's for the bad cop. Well, to protect the good cops as well.
It's for all of us.
To take out the bad cops.
It's for all of us.
Right.
It's for all of us. It's for everybody that's involved in the situation. Okay?
Appreciate it.
There you go. Okay. Now, listen, if you have any problems or anything, and you want to come down, you want to talk to somebody, our supervisors are always there as well. Okay?
Well, I'm going to take a lawsuit. So who would I press criminal charges against? For what?
You're going to have to. You're going to have to call. You're going to have to call and figure that out with a lawyer.
I don't need to answer that. I'm asking you, where would I go to press charges against a police officer?
You would have to come down and file a complaint with the
courts.
It's
at this police station?
You would have to file a complaint with the courts.
Got it.
Okay? And then you can go from there if you want to see if you can press charges and whatnot if you violated your rights.
Appreciate it.
Okay?
Stay out of the roadway, am I free to go? Don't give us fingers.
Shut the fuck up.
Stay out of the roadway. Stop causing a public alarm.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Am I free to go?
You're free to go.
Stop cursing. Go fuck.
You're free to go.
All right, the head of the Senate Judiciary and Yale-educated lawyer Dick Durbin dropped this gem on Twitter this week. Free speech does not include spreading misinformation to downplay political violence. Well, for starters, this assertion is contrary to his oath of office, but beyond that, he has to know it's wrong. So the question becomes, why is the head of the Judiciary Committee purposefully redefining what free speech in fact does mean? What's the end goal here? Here now is independent journalist Glenn Greenwald. Glenn, they kind of forget that it's not just speech you agree with that's protected by the First Amendment. Speech that's inconvenient, that you even find vile, is also protected, especially when you're talking about political speech. What's happening here?
Yeah, I mean, if free speech only is for people with whom you agree or think is telling the truth, you wouldn't need free speech. I mean, Noam Chomsky has always said, one of the people on the left who's been a steadfast defender of free speech, that even Hermann Goring believed that in free speech for those he agreed with. Every dictator believes in that. I think, you know, Dick Durbin has to know what he said was a lie. You would be kicked out of law school or fail the first year of law school if you said that. What's happening is that Democrats since 2016 really did conclude that the only way they can win elections is if they can control the flow of information over the internet. And in order to do that, they're trying to redefine what free speech is to mean information that is false as they see it, as the government defines it, can be legitimately constrained, and those who express it can be punished, and that's part of their overall strategy.
Now, unsurprisingly, Glenn, a former FBI assistant director and MSNBC fave, he's piggybacking off of Durbin's comments. Watch.
It's not free speech without responsibility attached to it. So we're being duped into thinking, yeah, you're right. I guess you do have the right to say whatever you want, even if people are getting killed. That's where we are right now. We've become numb to the violent radicalization that's being incited. And then we're becoming duped into thinking, oh, I guess that's free speech.
Oh, what a dope. Glenn, free speech isn't something you can be duped into. It's something that is. I mean, this is shocking, actually, even for people like him.
You know, I keep trying to say that, you know, this is not an issue where people disagree with Democrats about free speech. They really have come to regard censorship as central to their political project. Imagine if you accepted what he was saying is true. It would mean that constitutionally you could go round up all of the New York Times reporters who in 2002 said there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, or you could go in and sue or even in prison those who said the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. As much contempt as I have for those who did that, of course I know you can't legally punish them. The state can't imprison them, even though it was misinformation, because of course that's protected by the Constitution. But they're trying to condition Americans to believe that there's a greater and greater role for the state in deciding what is true and false, and therefore what can and can't be heard.
Well, and we all know that they want a global agreement, right? The elites would like a global agreement about what free speech should mean. And so across the Atlantic, France has now demanded that the video platform Rumble remove all content from RT, which is a Russian network. Now, to Rumble's credit, they've refused. They pulled their platform from the country entirely and are looking into a legal challenge to this demand. But Glenn, how significant is it that we now have entire nations trying to bully private companies into censorship, whether you like RT or hate RT or Al Jazeera or like it or don't? I mean, this is bizarre.
What's really alarming about this war is at the beginning of the war in Ukraine, the EU, the entire EU, made it illegal for platforms to broadcast or to platform Russian state media. Now, maybe you like RT or don't. Maybe you want to watch them or you don't. That should be your choice. But the EU has said it's not your choice. If you're a citizen of the EU, you are not allowed to access those outlets, even if you want to hear what the Russians are saying, because we've made it illegal for you to do so. But what they're doing now is they're reaching over to American companies like Rumble, and they're saying, we demand that you take off the news sites that we dislike, or we're going to deny you access to our markets. So that means if you're an American citizen, you are now going to be told, not by a government that you've elected, by governments in Europe or China or Iran or wherever, that you're going to be dictated to what you can and can't hear. And that's why it's so important where that Rumble, which is now a free speech alternative to YouTube, told the French government they wouldn't comply.
Oh, I'm thrilled that they're doing that. Glenn, these are such important issues, and we like to stay ahead of them, not behind them. So thank you for helping us do that.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.